Hi everyone, Heather here, hgamedium. Hola. Coming through with another quick video. This time this video is about ascended masters. A little add-on to my post where I had discussed the existence of them, the history, and the other names ascended masters have gone by. They are also known as the Hidden Company. For others, they may be considered to be a part of the Hidden Company. The Hidden Company is a group I have featured in countless posts on hgamedium and of course throughout the spirituality community. I was offering readings and messages from them. It was a wonderful experience. I want to speak of my experience with a few ascended masters. Some you may know and some you may not know. One of the most famous ascended masters one could ever mention is Master Jesus. Master Jesus. Yes, one and the same from Christianity, the religion that is centered around him and God. In a post where I was offering free readings, I had received a comment where a person did not care for the divination tool I was utilizing. And I was reading his comment. It was quotes from the Bible. And immediately I had known, and everyone else would have reached the same conclusion, the Bible was being used to create division. I had stated that it was being used as a prop. Oh my goodness. As someone who is, I want to use the term God-fearing woman. A lot of people can shy away from that term, God-fearing. Why would you fear God, if you're a good person? Everyone knows more or less what it means when it's said, cuando alguien se dice eso. If you're a God-fearing woman, God-fearing man. I mean, I live up to that archetype, to that stereotype, the archetype really being someone who incorporates God in everything that, a person can do in this life, everything I do in this life. I shared the story of Christ when he had came to me with a pentacle in his hand, and the pentacle in his hand was just like the pentacle featured in the tarot, the pentacles, the suit of pentacles. It's exactly like that, and he was not condemning me for divining. It's not condemning me for divining. I've delivered a message from Master Jesus too. It's on hgamedium.com. I want to say that, and I mean it's with some serious digging. It's from years ago, but not that long ago. It's not that long ago. And I can't go beyond what I had written about him. He is so wonderful. He is so kind. He is so powerful. Christians do have a right in regards to him. When he arrives in your life, for whatever situation, whether it's to acknowledge you and being devout, whether it's to assist you in times of peril or spiritual struggle, spiritual battle, he is unmistakable. He is unmistakable. He is unforgettable. And I have seen his work firsthand. When people say, you've heard the joking term, Jesus, take the wheel. I have seen Jesus behind the wheel. He was protecting someone. I happened to be driving myself. I was making a left at an intersection, and I saw him driving. And I said, oh my goodness. He's actually protecting someone. He's guiding someone. And those are a lot of the moments you keep quiet to yourself a bit. If you're a spiritualist, a psychic medium such as myself, you don't want to out anything. And I always say, heaven forbid, if the person who is protecting hears it and may feel a little bit uncomfortable. But usually I would think people would feel proud. But because I'm psychic and I happen to observe it, I learned a lot more of that person's personal situation, which is why I generally keep things to myself when that occurs. There was another instance, and this is one of my favorite ones. The whole point of this video is when I was laying down in bed and I was perceiving a battle in which I was being targeted, and it wasn't just myself, it was other individuals too. And naturally I always think of other workers of the light, other law of one practitioners. And Christ arrives and he puts his hands out and he had obliterated an entity. I want to say all the energies of an entity that would perhaps have one believe that there was more than one negative, malevolent entity, some may say demonic presence, completely obliterated, dissolved in his beautiful, beautiful white light. He was bathed in white light and he was in his glory. I mean, it was such a powerful, powerful experience. And he is still very much a part of my faith. He's a part of my practice. I never felt any guilt calling on him or even reading the Bible, the passages that feature him and speak of his life story from his birth. And you think of the three kings. And then, of course, all the events leading to his crucifixion. I mean, this was someone who knew what it was like to be hated, to be vilified, to be feared, even at birth, to be condemned. There's so many people alive now on earth who can completely sympathize with Christ, the person who had a more or less a beautiful yet trying life, speaking about God, speaking about his Father, and trying to change the world for the better. No, eso no es fácil. That's not easy to do in any time on earth, especially the time where he was living his life and attempting to fulfill his purpose. I always state that he had fulfilled his purpose. It's usually the work of everyone else where people lose sight of the reason why he was born. You know, he was very much a divine being. I want to say that he's an ultimate divine being. But what can happen in the community is everyone would rush to condemn that notion that he was so special. And you know, there's people of the Jewish faith who will say that he was not the Savior. That's been well known. And then, of course, those of the Islamic faith will recognize him as a prophet. It all depends on what you've been taught. But if you're willing to step away from what you have been taught, even from the Bible, and just think of the person, and then, of course, think of ascension when he rose. Easter was not too long ago. You can begin to understand why someone as myself became an omnitheist. When you understand that every word that has been written cannot always be trusted. You see, there's not a part of me that can believe that Christ had taught someone to hate someone else. It actually contradicts everything you know about him. Even if you find interpretations where it would lead someone to that belief that he had spoken against something that is highly debated, let's say something in regards to orientation, something in regards to skin color, or if they bring, topics about slavery, even if people try to make those correlations or there's something that would allude to it, I don't want to go into details because I can do Bible study all day. Like I have stated in the past, and of course in the community, the Bible was always open for interpretation. Even now, there's so many versions of the Bible, one can question what is the actual true text. And when you take it all the way back to Hebrew, it's still a little bit open-ended. So Christ, what an experience. There is not a person who couldn't call on him regardless of faith. I mean that tremendously. Christ can arrive with the Archangel Michael. That's a truth. That's a very big truth. You'll find information in regards to that in the pagan community, where, and I want to say it's in Gnostic text, but I will double check that and I'll have that written either on the video or in the post that goes along with the video. Christ and Archangel Michael, or I'm a wonderful pair. It's a wonderful pair to have in your life. Everyone knows I work with Archangel Michael quite a bit. The next ascended master, this one is unknown, is Master Clayton, and I'm completely permitted to say his name. Master Clayton was an ascended master who had a life on earth too, similar to Christ. He was from, forgive me, let me just think real quick. He was from the 80s and 90s, the duration of his life. He had passed on just around the millennium. He is the ascended master who taught me a little bit about the ascension process as a spirit, como espíritu. And I was amazed to hear his personal journey. His life on earth wasn't perfect at all. Matter of fact, there was a couple of things he spoke of privately that he is now giving me permission to speak about, or I'm receiving permission to speak about it from my guides, where he had actually regretted some choices and decisions that he made. He had stated that his perspective on life was a bit limited. He was more or less, and I'm not doing his story justice because this is just, his life had so much within it that would be great for an in-depth discussion. What had occurred in the decades of the 80s, the 90s, and then of course after the 2000s, what he got to view as a spirit before ascending. He became the best version of himself after death. And so the natural question one would ask is, what is that like, looking back and recalling your life, how you were then versus how you are now? And when you are assisting humanity, when you're going to psychic mediums, you're going to workers of the light, you're going to pagans, or someone who is just of faith that would permit communications, how do you feel? What does it do? I kind of just look at him like I'm a rookie. Just tell me. I'm so interested. His story was so unique. And the best message was rewarding. It's rewarding. His life had served a purpose, if you will. It gave him the education. But when he had passed on, he had to shed so much of those limitations, those self-made restrictions. When you fall prey to the pressures of the human life, the ego, the very, very inflated ego that many feel they must need to have to survive. He was wonderful. He was a part of certain readings I had performed in the past. I am not currently working with him now, but should anyone ever encounter him, just send me a message or comment right in this video. I know of whom you speak of. The next ascended master that I thought of is, trying to think of a good one. I've worked with so many. Is trying to think. I want to say Master Axel, but I actually want to do an in-depth post in regards to that journey, which was, amazing in and of itself. A similar story to Clayton, but the lifestyle was a little bit different. I would say Master Buddha. I've always received messages from Master Buddha. Siddhartha. That was wonderful. Buddha is someone that is so calm, very, very calm, and very, very giving, and very, very giving. I'm already in my mind thinking of a new video. I want to say a more prepared video. I just decided to record now just to discuss it, as I want to get in the habit of doing that. A lot of the times my videos are planned, as in I plan ahead and everything's written down. On occasion you may see me looking down, I go like this, I have my notes. Or let's say I have just a post, I have a pre-written post, and you just see me looking down. Touching on everything. But I just want to do a lot of videos where I'm just speaking, So Ascended Master everyone knows, Ascended Master no one knows. I mentioned another Ascended Master that no one has heard of. And now I mentioned an Ascended Master that everyone knows. Kali, for some reason, and this is along with the hidden company too, where gods and goddesses can be included within, I guess, within the umbrella of Ascended Masters, that for some reason they're always there. I would say that, I would do a separate video for gods and goddesses, all of whom I had, worked with, the list of all those I have worked with. It's on my website on hgamedium.com. It's under the cartomancy services, Let the Gods Speak. Everyone listed there I have worked with. So that's, that's something that's pretty cool. There's many others that I've worked with as well. I just did not, I did not get their consent to utilize them for cartomancy services, to work with them for that. And they're completely right in giving me the answer no. I had no issue with that. I just remember asking, will it? Well, are you all right with it? Are you all right with it? I'm surprised a lot were okay with it. That list is a bit long. That list is long. So I don't want to touch on any of the gods or goddesses. I'm trying to think of another Ascended Master. And I think I might do another video. Much more prepared video. It's a good idea. I'm trying to think of a great. There's so many. I'm just thinking of so many. My head can kind of hurt a little bit. Ascended star beings. They're Ascended Masters. I've worked with them. I have Ayu, who I've worked with. She was wonderful. She was a Blue Sirian. I do have a galactic history with the Blue Sirians. They have blue skin. It's in their names. They have blue skin, beautiful eyes. They have elongated ears. They're spiritual warriors. They are phenomenal. And I already have a story out in regards to them, and a channeled message. I'm going to actually put the links. I'm going to put the links in the description as well. And I think I'm going to do an actual prepared video about these Ascended Masters, including the ones that have been featured in occult texts, and then of course the Ascended Star Beings. But I just wanted to put this video out, a little add-on to my information post that I had published on Facebook, Instagram, and of course my website. But yeah, I thought I would share this. Anyways, everyone, I am taking appointments. Send me a message. I have open time. Which is very odd. Usually I'm very, very busy. So that means there's room for you. It's time to place yourself forward. Divination services, wellness services, don't hesitate. Have no fear. All right, you'll never regret it. Anyways, I love everybody. I'll see you in the next video.